Hello guys, in this video we'll learn about the calendar. Here we'll see all the basic and easy tricks to solve the problems based on the calendar. I am Professor H.D. Padia from SHGMC Shegao. We know in all the entrance and in the competitive examinations, the calendar is a very important topic. When we talk about the calendar, then generally in our mind we have a one term, that is a year. The year, that we consider a number of days, that is a 365 or the 366. But what is the exactly year? Then year, it is a time duration in which the earth complete its orbit around the sun. We know in our solar system the lots of planets move around the other planets. In this, our earth also move around the sun, and the time duration required to complete the one cycle around the sun, that's we called a year. Therefore, the calendar, it is based on the duration required to complete the one cycle to the earth around the sun. Therefore, this calendar is also called a solar calendar. A solar calendar based entirely on the earth's revolutions. Approximately the 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes and 46 seconds. That is the 365.242189 days. It is not completely 365 days or the 366 days. It required the 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes and 46 seconds to complete the one full orbit around the sun. Therefore, this time duration is considered for a year. Generally, the year, that's we categorize into the 12 months. The month may be January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November and December. And this year is considered as of the 365 days or 366 days. The 1 month, it may be of the 28 days, 29 days, 30 days or the 31 days. 1 week, it considered as the 7 days, and these 7 days are the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. We know the week always start from the Monday and the last day of the week, it is a Sunday. Now we'll discuss about the duration of the year. We have seen that a year means it is of the 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes and the 46 seconds. Therefore, here we have the two types of the years. The first, the year of the 365 days, that's we called ordinary year. We have considered a year of the 365 days and that's we call the ordinary year. But we know that year, it is of the 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes and 46 seconds. That means in every year we have considered the less 5 hours, 48 minutes and the 46 seconds. To balance this time duration, after every 4 years, if we calculate, then the duration will the 365 days plus the 5 hours, 48 minutes and 46 seconds into 4, then it is a 23 hours and 15 minutes. Means after every 4 years, by collecting this 5 hours, 48 minutes and 46 seconds of the each year, then it is a 365 days plus 23 hours and 15 minutes. And that's we consider a year of the 366 days and called as a leap year. But this leap year, it is of the 366, but actually it is of the 365 plus 23 hours and 15 minutes. Means in every leap year we have considered the 45 minutes more than the actual. That means consider this 5 hours 48 minutes and 46 seconds as 6 hours, and 6 into 4 24, and that's we have considered the 366 days. But it is not the actually 6 hours, it is a 5 hours 48 minutes and 46 seconds. Means in every year we have considered the 11 minutes and 14 seconds, that is approximate the 12 minutes more. That means every 100 years we have considered the 1200 minutes, that is the 20 hours extra. To balance this extra 20 hours, after every 100 years we have not consider a leap year. Means every century it is not a leap year. Means at a century the leap year will directly by the 8 years. But again there is a one error. This 1200 minutes means it is the 20 hours. But for this 20 hours we have considered the 24 hours and we have not considered a leap year. To balance this error, again every 100 years the 4 hours consider the less. To balance this 4 hours, after the every 4th century we have not consider a leap year. Every 4th century we have consider a leap year. That means the year after every 4 years, that's we have consider a leap year. But a century is not a leap year, but every 400 century is a leap year. A divisible by 4, but must not a century except every 4th century. Now, what are the examples for the leap year? Then the year 1804, 1808, 1896, 1904, 1908, 1912, 1992, 1996, all these are the divisible by 4 and not a century. Therefore, these all are the leap years. The 2000, it is divisible by 4, it is a century, but it is a multiple of 4th century, therefore it is considered a leap year. 2004, 2008, 2012, 2016, 2020, 2024, 2028, 2092, 2096, 2104, 2108, all these are the leap years. The years which are not the leap years, then a year 100, 200, 300, 500, 600, 700, 900, 1000, 1100, 1300, 1400, 1500, 1700, 1800 and 1900 are not the leap years. Actually these are divisible by 4, but these years are the century. Therefore these all the years are not the leap years. Then 1902, 1997, 1999, 2000 and the last year 2100, it is divisible by 4, but again it is a century, therefore not a leap year. By using this definition we can find out a leap year, or we can check that a year is a leap year or an ordinary year. This condition is the year is divisible by 4 but must not be a century except the every 4th century. Now, in these problems of the calendars, we have to find out the odd days. The odd days means the number of days more than the complete weeks. Suppose we have the 7 days, then 7 days it is a complete week, therefore it is a 0 odd day. For the 8 days means a 1 week and 1 day, therefore for the 8 days 1 odd day. For the 9 days, the 9 days means a week and 2 days, therefore the number of days more than a complete week. For the 9 days, there are the 2 number of more days than the complete week, therefore the odd days are 2. Now we'll see that what are the odd days for the months. For ordinary year, the January it is of the 31 days. The 31 mod 7 means the 31 it includes the 4 weeks and 3 days. Therefore for the January the 3 odd days. 4 weeks, that means 0 odd day, but January plus February, therefore 3 plus 0, there are the 3 odd days. Now for the March, again it have the 31 days, that means the 4 weeks and 3 days, then 3 odd days for the March, and up to the Feb we have the 3 odd days, that is 3 plus 3, 6 odd days. For the April, the 30 days means 4 weeks and 2 days, means for the April there are the 2 odd days, and up to the March we have 6 odd days, that is 6 plus 2 8, and 8 means the 1 odd day. For the plus May there are the 4 odd days. Similarly, if we find out for the June, then there are 6 odd days. For the July 2 odd days. For the August 5 odd days. For the September 0 odd day. For the October 3 odd days. For the November 5 odd days, and for the December 1 odd day. To solve the problem statements related to the calendar, we have to always remember these odd days for every month. In shortcut, we can remember these 12 values, that is the 336, 146, 250 and 351. We have to always remember these values, that is 336, 146, 250 and 351. These odd days for the leap years are different, because in a leap year the February it have the 29 days, but the odd days are 3. But now there is a change from the February, and what is the change? Then we have to add the 1 in the odd days for the ordinary year. For the ordinary year, for the February month, there are the 3 odd days. Then for leap years, there are the 4 odd days. For the March, there are the 6 odd days. Then here, the 6 plus 1, 7. 7 means a 0 odd day. For April, there is a 1 odd day. Then in leap year, there are the 2 odd days. For the May, in ordinary year, there are the 4 odd days. Then there are the 5 odd days in a leap year. Similarly, for the June, 0 odd day, July, 3 odd days, August, 6 odd days, September, 1 odd day, October, 4 odd days, November, 6 odd days, and December, 2 odd days. But it is not necessary to remember the odd days for the leap year. We can calculate if we know the odd days for an ordinary year. I repeat, these 12 values are the 336, 146, 250 and 351. We can calculate the odd days for the leap year by adding 1. But after the February, for January, this value are same for the ordinary year as well as for the leap year. Now here we can conclude that for an ordinary year, whole year, we have the one odd day, and for a leap year, we have the two odd days. Now, we'll calculate the odd days for the years. For ordinary year, we have the 365 days. If we calculate the 365 mod 7, means it have the 52 weeks and 1 day. Therefore, for the ordinary year, we have the one odd day. While for a leap year, we have the 366 days. If we calculate the 366 mod 7, then there are the 52 weeks and 2 days. That is the two odd days. Similarly, if we calculate the number of odd days for every 100 years, then there are the 5 odd days. For 200 years, there are the 3 odd days. For 300 years, there is a 1 odd day. And for the 400 years, there is a 0 odd day. To solve the problem statement, we have to remember these 4 values also. That 100 years, we have the 5 odd days. 200 years, we have the 3 odd days. 300 years, we have 1 odd day. And for the 400 years, 0 odd day. And similarly, the every 4th century, that is the 800, the 12. Now, we'll see the relation between the odd days and the days of a week. There are the 7 days in a week, the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And we know the week start from the Monday and end at the Sunday. Therefore, the 0 odd day, it is considered as a Sunday. 0 odd day means week is completed, and week is completed means the day is a Sunday. If 1 odd day means it is a Monday, 2 odd days means Tuesday, 3 odd days means Wednesday, 4 odd days means Thursday, 5 odd days Friday, and 6 odd days means Saturday. These are the relations between the odd days and the days of a week. By considering all these things, the odd days of a month, odd days of a year, the rule for a leap year, and the relation between the odd days and days of a week, we can start to solve the problem statements. Now here we have the first problem, that today is Monday, then what will the day on the 61 days? If today is a Monday, then we'll write down the given that we know the week has completed after the 7 days. Means after the 7 days, after the 14 days, 21 days, then 28 days, 35 days, there will a Sunday. Because the today is a that is a 56 days, it will be a Sunday. Now manually we can calculate that after Sunday there are the days, that is day 57, 58, 59, 60 and 61. That means the 56 it is a Sunday, then 57 it is Monday, 58 is Tuesday, 59 Wednesday, 60 is Thursday and 61 it is a Friday. Therefore, on the 61 days it will be a Friday. It is a very simple problem. Here we have to not use any formula. Manually we can calculate the answer. But now, in the second, what was the day on the date 16th July 1776? First we'll write down the given that the date is the 16th July 1776. Now, to find out the day on the given date, we have to find out the odd days on this 16th July 1776. The 1776 this year is running, means 1775 are completed. July month is running, means June is completed. By keeping this thing in mind, we'll divide this date as a 1600 year. We know the every 400th century has a 0 odd day, that is 1600, it has a 0 odd day. Then the 100 years, it have the 5 odd days. 75 years, now this 75 years includes some ordinary years and some leap years. Therefore, first we have to calculate that how many leap years and how many ordinary years. To calculate these leap years, we have to perform the 75 divided by 4. Then this value is the 18 point something. That means there are the 18 leap years. The 75 divided by 4, then there are the 18 leap years. The every leap year have the 2 odd days. Therefore 18 by 2 equals to 36, and 36 mod 7. 36 means it have the 5 weeks and 1 day. Therefore the 1 odd day. Now 75 minus 18, because in this 75 years, 18 years are the leap years. That means 75 minus 18, the 57 are the ordinary years. This 57 ordinary years, and every ordinary year has a 1 odd day. Therefore 75 into 1 is equals to 75, and the 75 mod 7 is equals to the 1 odd day. The 16th July means the June month is completed. We can calculate the odd days up to the June. We know the odd days for the 12 months. We have to remember these 12 values, that is 336, 146, 250 and 351. By remembering these values, we know the odd days that is the 16 mod 7 means the 2 odd days. It is a division of this date, that is the 16th July 1776. Now if we combine all these odd days, that is the total odd days for the 1600 years is 0, for 100 years 5, for the 18 leap years 1, 57 ordinary years 1, for the June month 6, and for the 16th it is a 2. Then it is a 15, and 15 means the 2 weeks and 1 day, that is 15 mod 7 is equals to 1. We know the relation between the odd days and the days of a week. The 0 means Sunday, and the 1, the week always start from a Monday. That means the 1 means a Monday. Therefore here we can say that the day on the 16th July 1776 was Monday. Similarly, we can find out the day for the any given date. Now we'll move towards the next problem, that what was the day on the 15th July 1947, that is our Independent Day. Now the date 15th August 1947 is divided as, for this date the year 1946 is completed and the month July is completed. The August and 1947 are the running. Now we have divided this 15th July 1947 as the year 1600 has a 0. The odd days for the 100 years, 200 years, 300 years and 400 years. The 300 years has a 1 odd day. Then next there are the 46 years. We have to find out in this 46, how many are the ordinary years and how many are the leap years? The 46 divided by 4, then this value is the 11 point something. Therefore, we have to consider the 11 leap years. Every leap year have the 2 odd days, therefore 11 by 2 equals to the 22, and 22 mod 7 is equals to the 1 odd day. Now, in this 46 years, 11 are the leap years. That means 46 minus 11, that is the 35 years are the ordinary years. Every ordinary year has a 1 odd day. Therefore, 35 into 1 equals to 35. And 35 mod 7 is equals to 0. Because 35 means completely 5 weeks. Now, August month is running, means July month is completed, and we know for the July month there are the 2 odd days. We have to remember these values, or we can calculate also. The date is the 15th, therefore 15 mod 7 is equals to 1 odd day. Now this date is a 15th, July month is completed, 46 year is completed, 300 and 1600, that is 1946. These years are completed, July month is completed, and the 15th date. If we calculate the total odd days, the 5. We know the relation between the odd days and days of a week. The 1 means Monday, 2 means Tuesday, 3 means Wednesday, 4 means Thursday, and 5 means Friday. Therefore, the day on the 15th August 1947 was Friday. Now, the next problem is on what day of March 2005 did Friday fall? Now for that, first we'll calculate that which is a day on the 1st March 2005, and then we'll see that on which day of the March 2005 did Friday fall. The date we consider that 1st March 2005, then it is divided as the year 2000, because we know 2000 it is a multiple of the 400 years, therefore it has a 0 odd day. The 1st March 2005 means 2004 is completed, then the years are 4, and 4 divided by 4, then it is a 1. For 1 into 2, then 2 odd days. Out of 4, 1 is a leap year, means there are the 3 ordinary years, and every ordinary year has a 1 odd day. Therefore, for 3 ordinary years, there are the 3 odd days. Now, the 1st March means February month is completed, and it is an ordinary year. Therefore, for the February, we have the 3 odd days. And the date is the 1st March, therefore for the 1st March we consider the 1 odd day. If we perform the addition of all these days, that is for the 2000 0, for the 1 leap year 2, for the 3 ordinary years 3, for the February month 3, and for the 1st March 1, then it is equals to the 9, that is 9 mod 7 is equals to 2. The 1 means Monday, therefore the 2 means a Tuesday. Therefore, the day on the 1st March 2005 was the Tuesday. If to the 1st March it was the Tuesday, that means the 2nd March it was the Wednesday, the 3rd March it was the Thursday, and the 4th March it was the Friday. Therefore, the 4th plus 7, that is 11th, plus 7, that is 18th, and plus 7, that is 25th of the March 2005 did Friday fall. In this way, we can calculate that on which date, which day is fall. The next is the last day of century. First we'll calculate that what may be the last day of a century. We know for the 100 years there are the 5 odd days. For the 200 years there are the 3 odd days. For every 300 years we have the 1 odd day, and for the 400 years there is a 0 odd day. That means the odd days of the century may be the 0, 1, 3 or 5. As per the relation between the odd days and the days of a week, the 1 means a Sunday, a 0 means a Sunday, 1 means a Monday, the 3 means it is a Wednesday, and the 5 means it is a Friday. Therefore, we can say that the last day of a century may be only a Sunday or Monday or Wednesday or Friday. Therefore, from this we can say that the last day of century may not be Tuesday, Thursday or the Saturday, because it is not possible that the odd days of the century are the 2, 4 or 6. The odd days will always the 0 or 1 or 3 or 5. That means the last day of century, it will always the Sunday or Monday or Wednesday or Friday. That means the last day of century may not be a Tuesday, Thursday or Saturday. This question is repeatedly asked in many examinations. Now, the next problem is what is the first day of the 2021? The first day of 2021 means we have to calculate what is the day on the 1st January 2021. Then the date 1st January 2021 is divided as the 2000, that is a 0 odd day. The 2021 means 2020 is completed. Then 20 by 4, that is exactly equals to the 5, means there are the 5 leap years. The 5 leap years means 5 into 2, that is equals to 10. And 10 mod 7 is equals to the 3 odd days. Out of this 20 years, 5 are the leap years. That means there are the 15 ordinary years. The 15 mod 7, that is equals to the 1 odd day. And the date is the 1st January, therefore it is the 1 odd day. If we calculate the total odd days, that is 0 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1, then it is equals to the 5. We know the relation between the odd days and the days of a week. The 0 means a Sunday, 1 means a Monday, 2 means a Tuesday, 3 means a Wednesday, 4 means a Thursday, and 5 means a Friday. Therefore, the first day of the 2021 is a Friday. The next is that if the 1st January 2021 is a Friday, then what is the day on the 1st January 2022? It is a very simple problem statement. The given is that the 1st January 2021 is a Friday. The 2021, it is an ordinary year. Therefore, the 2021, it has a 1 odd day. 1 odd day it is shifted by only the 1 day. That is, if the 1st January 2021 is a Friday, then the 1st January 2022 it will be a Saturday. Because this 2021 it is an ordinary year and it has only the 1 odd day. If we have the any year which is a leap year, and then we have to find out the day on the next year, then the date it will shifted by the 2. The next, that is which year in the future will have the same calendar exactly as the 2009. The 4 options are given, that is a 2010, 2013, 2015 and 2017. The which years we consider the exactly same, then the calendar year starts with the same day are considered as the same years. Therefore, here first we have to calculate the odd days on the first day of a year. That is for the 2009, we have to calculate the odd days on the 1st January 2009. The 1st January 2009, it is divided as the year 2000, that is a 0 odd day. The 1st January 2009 means 2008 is completed. Therefore, for the 8 years, we have to find out the odd days. But in these 8 years, there are the leap years and there are the some ordinary years. Therefore, the 8 by 4, it is exactly equals to the 2. Means in these 8 years, 2 are the leap years. Every leap year are the leap years, that means the 8 minus 2, that is equals to 6 are the ordinary years. Every ordinary year has a one odd day, that is 6 into 1 is equals to the 6 odd days. And the date is a 1st January, therefore it is a one odd day. The total of the odd days, it is a 0 plus 4 plus 6 plus 1, that is equals to the 11. And 11 mod 7 is equals to 4. We know 0 means Sunday, 1 means Monday, 2 means Tuesday, 3 means Wednesday, and the 4 means it is a Thursday. Now, similarly, if we calculate the 1st January 2010, then it have the 5 odd days. The 1st January 2013 have the 4 odd days, and the 1st January 2015 have the 4 odd days. That means the 1st January 2009 and the 1st January 2015 have the same number of odd days. That means the 1st January 2009 and the 1st January 2015 is a Thursday. Therefore, we can consider that 2009 and 2015 are the exactly same years in the calendar. Therefore, the 2015 is exactly same as the year 2009. The next problem is that on the 8th February 2005, it was a Tuesday. Then what was the day on the 8th February 2004? Remember one thing, that the 2004 is a leap year. Therefore, this leap year, it have the 2 odd days. And 2 odd days, therefore, if on the 8th February 2005 it was a Tuesday, then on the 8th February 2004 there was a day before the 2. That is, the day on the 8th February 2004 is the 2 days before the day on the 8th February 2005. Hence, this was a Sunday. The 8th February 2004, it is a Sunday. Therefore, it is possible that 8th February 2005, it is a Tuesday. Similarly, we can solve any problem statement in a calendar. We have to remember the concept of the odd days, the concept of the leap years, and the relation between the odd days and the days of a week. Then we can solve any problem statement. If you like this video, then subscribe the channel and press the like button on the YouTube channel. Thank you.